Louisiana has an incarceration rate nearly 68% higher than the national average. Second Chance Week is underway, calling attention to the challenges and opportunities former inmates face as they transition to civilian life. I talked to leaders from the nonprofit Parole Project for more on the power of second chances. George Moore is meeting with his social worker at Parole Project in Baton Rouge. It's been 3 months since he was released from Angola prison after serving 43 years.
How you feeling these days? How you sleeping?
Well, I'll eventually get there. Right now, I'm still kind of hyped up on the fact that I'm here, finally, because one time they had told me I'd never leave there alive. And I'm living proof that that was a lie.
George's immediate family members passed on during his time in prison. He has no family support system outside of prison, which is why Parole Project stepped in to provide resources and services, including housing, skills training, case management, and social support.
It's scary, but I was accustomed to being told when to go, when to come. And now I'm in a situation where I can decide what I want to do.
Parole Project founder and executive director Andrew Hundley can relate to George's challenges re-entering society. Andrew was sentenced to life in prison as a 15-year-old. He was released from prison 19 years later after changes in the state's sentencing laws for juveniles, prompted by a landmark Supreme Court decision known as the Miller Act.
We start working with people while they're still incarcerated, actually. The last several months they're in prison, we're going to go and work with them. We pick them up at whatever prison they're releasing from and bring them into our reentry housing program, where we're going to provide them safe, stable housing, give them mentorship, and eventually look to find employment for them so they can work towards self-sustainment. The goal is we're the training wheels on their bike, and we eventually want them to ride the bike on their own.
Parole Project fills the void between the supervisory role of a parole officer and the support system empowering formerly incarcerated individuals to become productive citizens.
We are allies of parole officers. We just work to make sure that the people that they're supervising have the opportunities they need to be successful. The state's recidivism rate is 42%. Less than 3% of our clients have returned to prison. So it's a model that works, and it's not a very complicated model. It's just give people the support they need when they first come home from prison so they don't return, but rather become contributors to the community.
Parole Project provides safe, stable housing for program participants with an inventory of 40 properties, 10 of which serve as traditional housing.
Good afternoon, Karen.
Hi there.
How you doing? Danny Williams,
Nice to
member
meet you.
of Parole Project. This is the home that I've been provided.
Well, how long have you lived here?
I've been here going on 3 months now.
Danny Williams is living in Parole Project's transitional housing after going to prison twice. He works, pays rent, and has rules to follow, including a curfew. Danny lives with 3 roommates, all participants in Parole Project. Residents sign in and out of the household logbook that documents their whereabouts. You said if you had been in contact with the Parole Project the first time you got out of prison, you wouldn't have returned to prison.
Right. Everybody coming out of prison that especially has done a little time should participate in. They provide everything. I'm here with guys that have done some major time and have gotten out. You got a lot of guys that get out that were locked up, especially that amount of time. They have nothing when they get out. No family, no nothing. And that's why I said it benefited me big time, because after I'd done 22, 23 years, I got out, and basically I was out there on my own, and it worked for a couple of months, and then I went back to committing petty crimes, trying to earn a living, a dishonest living, and it got me back into trouble again. That's why I said this program, because it gets you on your feet.
Finding housing is hard. They have a criminal record, so they don't pass the background check. There's a credit check, but they haven't been working, so they have no credit. I mean, those are like those are fundamental challenges. Those are big hurdles.
So what we've seen from, working with landlords, obviously the background check is a big impediment. And what we can do advocating on behalf of our clients is talk to the landlords about who this person is today. This is what they did while they were incarcerated to change their lives.
Danny received training in Angola's reentry program as an HVAC technician and hopes to one day own his own business. He says re-entering society at the age of 60 is like joining a strange new world with different societal norms and technological advances.
I want to leave a will behind, I don't want to leave the bill behind. So that's what I'm working on. My long-term goal is possibly own my own HVAC company before a 5-year period.
Parole Project offers participants, including Danny, the option to rent private housing owned by the organization after they move on from transitional housing. Parole Project's overarching mission is to provide a second chance to anyone exiting Louisiana's prison system in need. To date, the organization has served more than 600 individuals.
These people really do believe in second chances.
It's the gateway to a better life.